Hi, today we are going to discuss about the exponential function. This is an important topic for SAT exam, ACT exam, even the GMAT and GR exams. Okay, so we'll try to get an idea that what exactly is the exponential function, what are the uses, and what is the formula that we are going to apply here to solve the questions based on the exponential function. We will also try to do a few questions to understand more about it. Firstly, when we talk about the introduction of the exponential function, any function which is there in the format of y is equal to b a power x, where a and b are the constant, power of a is x, which is a variable. So the important part is the variable should be there as an exponent in the exponential function. Then we will be able to say it as an exponential function. Okay. Now, let's try to understand what is the difference between a linear function and exponential function. So how the exponential function is different from the linear function. First, in linear function, the growth or decay will be with the constant value in each of the interval. For example, something is increasing by 2, every hours or every minutes or every day, every week, every year. Okay, it's like increasing with the constant value 2 or 200 or 2000 or 2 lakhs, but it will be constant in each of the year. While in exponential function, it will be increasing, like it will be getting double, triple, it will be increasing by 10%, 20%, 30% from the previous value in every next interval, which can be either year, which can be hour, which can be days, which can be week, which can be month. Okay. Other important part is here that when you get the formula, when you get the equation in the linear function, you get the equation as y is equal to mx plus b, where m represents the rate and b represents the constant value. While in case of exponential function, here you get the exponential function as y is equal to b a power x, where b is a kind of initial value, and a is a kind of multiplier over here, power x. Okay, x is the input, y is the output in both of the cases. When we talk about the graph, so the graph of a linear function is a straight line, as you can see on the left side, while the graph of exponential function is like this, which you can see on the right side. So that is the difference between the linear function and the exponential function. In the layman terms, to understand about linear exponential function, you can say that the difference is very clear. In linear function, the number will be increasing or decreasing with the constant value. In exponential function, the number will be increasing or decreasing with the different values. That can be increased value already or decreased value. Okay. Now we'll talk about the formula. What is the formula required for the questions to solve the questions which is based on the exponential function? So generally the question you get there will be based on the growth or decay. Okay, that will be asked based on the exponential function. So it will be like there will be some original value given, and then you have to find the final value in between. You have the the number of changes given or the percentage given, like it is increasing by this percentage or that percentage. Now, if you have a question where you have the percentage given, you can use the first formula. So let's say if there is a question like something is increasing by 10%, decreasing by 10% every year, you have to find out like what is the final amount after 5 years. So you'll be using the first formula. In case if you have to find out like something is increasing or decreasing in such a way that it is getting doubled or it is getting half, it is getting triple, or it is getting 1/3. So in that case, you'll be using the second formula, which is like final is equal to original into multiplier to the power n. In both cases, n represent the number of changes. Number of changes means, let's say if I'm saying that something is changing, like something is getting double every 5 years, and then you have to find out what will be happening after 10 years. So because it is changing after every 5 years, so in 10 years, the number of changes will be 2 only, not 10. Okay. Now, in this case, x represent the percentage growth or decay that you have in the first equation, in the first formula. So if you have the percentage change given, obviously you'll be in the first one. Plus will be representing here, or plus will be here if you have a growth question, and minus will be here if you have a decay question. Okay, so for decay, there'll be a negative sign. Clear? Now we can talk about the questions that we might be getting there in the SAT or any other exam about the about the exponential function. So the question you have here is, between 1960 to 1990, the population of the tigers in the Asia is increased by approximately 2.5% each year. In 1960, there were 600 tigers. Write the equation to calculate the tiger population in 1990. Now you can see you have 4 options given over here. this, and this. But firstly, you need to find out what is the final value, what is the original value here, what is the rate or the percent change, or the number of changes. So these four things you have to identify. Obviously, final value is something that you have to find out. Original in this case will be the population of the tiger in initial year, which is in 1960, which is 600. Then original is 600, so we have to find out the final. Final is going to be 600 and multiplied with the 100 plus, because in this case we have a question based on increase, that is growth, 2.5% growth, so 100 plus 2.5 divided by 100, and then power is n. What is n here? N is the number of changes in each year it is changing, right? And there are 30 year gap, so in 30 years it will be changing for 30 times. Number of changes is 30. When you simplify this, you'll be getting 600 into 1.025 whole power 30. So that is your second option, 600 into 1.025 power 30. When we talk about the next question, which is half-life of a type of cocaine is 6 hours. A food has 440 milligrams of cocaine. How many milligrams of cocaine will be in your system after 18 hours? So in the previous question, we had the percentage given, and then we used the first formula, which was like 100 plus minus x 100 power n, that formula. Second one is based on the multiplier formula, in which you have the multiplier given. You may find that, okay, where is the multiplier then? So multiplier is there in the first statement only. It is given that the half-life of the type of cocaine is 6 hours. It means any cocaine will remain half only after 6 hours. Okay, so what formula we can apply here? We can apply the formula here as final is equal to original, which is here in this case 440 into multiplier, which is half, to the power n. N is the number of changes. Here there are total of 18 hours, but in that 18 hours it is changing only after 6 hours. So the number of changes here will be 18 divided by 6, that is 3, so power 3. When you simplify this, it will be like 440 into 1 upon 8. Simplifying further, you will be getting this as 55 milligram. Okay, so answer is D. That's all for today's class. In the next class, we'll be coming with another video on any other topic. Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching this video. And if you have any question further, you can call on this number, or you can write us any email on admissions@hayden.com. Thank you.